This is Kim Meyer, host of Choose to Rise. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Do you need some extra motivation in your life? Are you looking to be inspired? If so, then look no further than the Good God Company.
At the Good God Company, their mission is to create and clothe all loving humans with their unique, inspiring, and beautifully designed t-shirts.
All of the products from the Good God Company are equally designed to motivate you and improve your life. From their mugs, workout tanks, to eye-appealing shirts and sweatshirts.
Learn more about their renowned products by visiting thegoodgodcompany.com. That's thegoodgodcompany.com.
The Good God Company is proud to support Public House Media. The Good God Company. I'm feeling good.
This is Julianne Condia, host of Rewritten, here on Public House Media. Thank you so much for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you are done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, Rewritten, where we will talk about you having limitless potential and can rewrite your story at any time. No matter your background, your past, or current situation, you can have the type of life you crave. A new show comes out every single Monday. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you never miss an episode of Rewritten. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
How's it going, everybody?
Hey guys!
Coffee with Keith.
And Katie on Public House Media.
Coming at you from our north side apartment in Chicago as always. It is Monday at 7:30, so that means it's time for more coffee. We have our coffee with us. Hope you have your coffee.
Your coffee with you. Let me talk. I
Oh.
get to talk today.
You always get to talk.
Which is what we're talking about.
Oh, yeah, it's true. Katie is starting out the show feisty.
I am.
Because Katie sometimes can have a feisty attitude.
Yes.
At least that's the term that we use for people of small stature. Sometimes feisty.
Yes. Yeah. Usually your grandmother is feisty. A small person.
A small person. Yep.
Yeah. Hi, David. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us as always. Like when you're talking about to bring it to sports for a second, you always, a point guard is, in basketball especially, a point guard is never a dominating presence. You hear people talk about LeBron James and that big 6'8" frame that's fast and big, and he has a dominating presence on the basketball court. You never hear that from a point guard. A point guard is always, a high motor guy. It means like, well, he's not going to dominate you with his presence, but he really tries hard. And it's true.
You're making this sound really bad.
No, all the things that you get, everything that people attribute to an NBA point guard: high motor guy, feisty, scrappy.
What's an example of a point guard that we would all know the name of?
We would all know the name of?
Yes.
Oh, Russell Westbrook. Best.
One that we would all know the name of.
Steve Nash.
Okay.
High motor guy.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways.
And he's a little guy, comparatively.
Comparatively. I mean, but still, he's probably, for the NBA, he's a little guy. In real life, I think he's probably about 6'1". I'm 6'1". I wouldn't consider myself a little guy. I think I'm above the national average. Over 6 foot for men.
I am 5'1".
I don't know.
We are exactly 1 foot apart.
Exactly 1 foot apart, yep. And I touch on this because Katie feels a certain way about her size from time to time.
Yes, and I've always attributed it to I'm just a feisty person. I come from a family of feisty women. That's just how I am. But I noticed something the other day. I was at Wrigley. We were giving tours, and I was standing next to another tour guide. We were on the field looking into the Cubs dugout, and some tour guests were in the dugout. And the biggest thing they all want to do is pick up the bullpen phone. Everyone wants to open the little compartment, pick up the phone, take the picture like this. I don't know. Everyone has to do it.
I believe it or not, I was at Wrigley Field during a concert one time. I was able to. It wasn't a huge concert. My cousin had got me on the field for it, and I went into the dugout and I had him take a picture of me calling the bullpen. I just remembered that now.
So it's a man thing. They have to be seen. Hi, Keith and
Hi.
Katie. Hi, Diane.
Hi, Diane. How's
Thanks
it going?
for joining us.
Diane and I worked together, and we were in Norfolk this weekend. It was actually very nice, very pleasant. We had a great weekend.
But I'm talking now.
Yep, go ahead. Keep going.
So this is a man thing. They all want their picture like this. We don't really want everyone touching the bullpen phone.
Sure. It's going to take a lot of time out of the tour.
It's not that it's taking time out of the tour. It's that we get tens of thousands of tour guests a year.
Somebody could break it.
Yeah. You know. And it's just one of those. Don't touch it.
Yeah.
Just don't touch it. And so when I yell at someone on a tour, I am loud.
She's got to be loud.
I'm like, hey, back off, man. And JT, just like that.
I hear that on a daily basis.
Yes. JT, the nicest guy ever. Just the sweetest guy, a sweetheart. He is a 6-foot man with a beard. And he said, at the same time I started yelling, he said, "Excuse me, sir, could you please put that down?" And it occurred to me, it made me wonder why I react the way I do, and does JT react this way? You're JT right now. Does he react this way just because he is the nicest guy in the world? Or is it because I have nothing to back myself up with? If I am not loud and brash with you, if I say to you, "Excuse me, sir, please don't touch that," what are you gonna do? But if Keith says,
I'd be like, calm down.
Keith says, "Please don't touch that," it's a different reaction.
Sure.
And so I've just been thinking lately about how much our physicality influences our personality.
I think it influences it greatly. I mean, because even though people know that you will not hurt them or affect them physically, you have that, some people have that, that towering presence that commands attention, and that the size of you commands respect. You see a lot of big decision makers in the world, and a lot of influencers. Tony Robbins is a giant, apparently. He's like 6'7". I doubt, now he's a very influential person, but I doubt that he would have the impact that he does in person on other people if he were 5'5". If he were 5'5", right? Exactly. So of course it does, and I think you feel that you have to project your voice because you don't think because not a lot of people are going to find the authority of at least a physical presence of a 5'1", blonde as a physical presence that demands the attention. So
I did it once. It was another man.
Hi, Meg.
And hi, Meg. Thanks for joining us.
She's small but mighty.
I am. Thank you, Meg. Diane says yes, and we learned all about using power.
Using power of the police. Oh, I had.
Did you call the police?
No, it was a
like
big.
the band, the police.
Not the band, the police. It was a big festival, so the police around, and yeah, it's fine.
Apparently, there's a story I haven't heard from the weekend.
Not a real story. It's fine.
So, another day, another guy, bullpen phone, and I actually did ask him nicely. Well, I didn't ask him. I said, "Please, sir, please put that down." Mm-hmm. Not as nicely as JT, but nice for me.
Sure.
And he said, "Why? And this is why I have to yell.
Sure.
Because you can't question my authority. I have very little of it as it is.
Not that you have little authority, is that people question how much authority you have based on the size of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've been doing another experiment at the fire pitch when my friend Christy sits at the front desk with me. Like, she's off and she's just sitting and chatting with me. And I am standing there. I can be standing at the middle of the front desk, greeting people as they come in. And she can be sitting kind of off to the side. And they immediately go to her. Now you're Christy. They go to the person kind of tucked away instead of the person front and center.
Is this how Christy
Yes.
sits?
This is exactly how Christy sits. And I just don't understand in that situation why people just walk by me or ignore me.
I don't know. You're just, there's somebody that does not walk by Katie or ignore Katie, and someone who she has complete power over. Didn't see that, did you?
No, I saw nothing. I saw nothing.
She has complete power over me. I think that's what people see in you when they come up to you. They see like, wow, this is a total dominating presence in other aspects of her life. So we gotta knock her down a notch.
I don't think that's it.
I think that's it.
I'm gonna ask. The next time someone slides to Christy, I am going to ask, hey, why? Just a social question. Why did you look at her first?
You're gonna ask them?
I'm gonna ask.
I would like to be there when you did.
I'm gonna have Christy video it, and we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I don't think you're inviting a very pleasant conversation when you say, Christy, roll it. Hey,
Now,
why'd you ignore me? I don't think you're inviting a very pleasant conversation when you take that approach.
well, I'll have a witness though.
I don't think you have to ask the question. I think you have to quick step up and say, no, sir, I can help you.
I'd really rather ask though and find out.
Well, you're not going to get an honest response. No stranger.
If they've been to the pub and had enough to drink, I might get an honest response.
I don't know if you'd like the answer then.
That brings a whole other dimension to it.
Are you ready to ask the question that you're not ready for the answer to?
That is a good question.
Sometimes
What
ignorance
about
is
you?
bliss.
If there are two people, like in charge of a situation,
Mm-hmm.
one is a man, one is a woman, do you notice who you go to first?
You can't do it. You can't do that
Why not?
because it's not a man and a woman thing. We're not talking about male and female. We're talking about size.
Yes,
You're bringing a completely different.
Okay.
You know, you can't.
Christy's sitting down when this happens, though. That's not a size thing.
Christy is female, correct?
Yeah.
All right, so it's not a male. It's not a male and female thing. It's not a gender thing. We're not talking about gender. We're talking about size.
Partly gender. Let's see. Meg says, "Do you greet them when they walk in?" Yes. I say, "Hey, how's it going?"
I don't think she's very friendly.
Christy smiles, and they might look at me, but then they slide to Christy. I'm gonna try scowling. Like this.
I wouldn't approach a person that's scowling.
Well, they don't approach me anyway, so I think it's fine.
I don't know.
So, think back through your interactions. When there's more than one person, let's say the same gender,
Okay.
do you remember if you go to the larger person, or if there's a reason you go to the person you go to?
I think you always go to the bigger person because I think subconsciously we know that size equals power. Size is a direct correlation of power. So
Isaac says something, and I
just joined.
I love this conversation. Eric and I work together on weddings, and DJs usually think Eric is the lead photographer. I am. Exactly. You know how this is, Meg. And Eric is not that much taller than you. I don't think. They're all taller than me. I don't know.
Everybody's taller than Katie.
Yeah, but he is the man in that in your situation.
Mm-hmm.
He is the man, and he's bigger. That's interesting. I'm glad I'm not the only one experiencing this. Do you get it? You should have a sign, Meg, that says "Lead Photographer." I am in charge. I am important. That's what it should say.
If you want to know who's in charge between the two of us,
larger people
just
are
look back at
smarter
this
at
episode.
Science.
Just look back at this episode. What does it say?
Larger
people are smarter. It's science.
I'm guessing you're a larger person.
I like that, Isaac.
He's 6 foot, really? Oh.
I hope Eric's not watching this right now. Holy smokes, Katie.
I gotta say, he's one of those who doesn't have the presence I'm thinking of.
Oh my goodness. Meg, turn off the show. Katie's just straight up roasting your husband right now.
How tall are you, Meg? You're like 5'5", right? I don't think we're that.
This is not going well right now.
This is why people don't talk to me. I just embarrass myself. I don't realize that I've said something terrible.
See, Katie comes home feisty, so Katie will talk, and I'll just be like, yeah, no, you're right, sweetheart. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
But you have, when I've told you about stupid things at work or wherever, the way you talk about dealing with them, you always laugh the way you describe what you would do. Do you notice that?
I always laugh.
You always laugh. Like if you were to yell at someone for talking into the bullpen phone, you're like, come on, man. What are you doing?
Well, I think
that's what he would do.
Yeah, I guess I tend to use humor as a tension breaker. If you're smiling at someone while you're scolding them, even though if they know that they're being kind of reprimanded, if you have a smile on your face, or if it looks like you're coming from a friendly place, people are not going to hold back as much. I think people will be a little more engaged with somebody that they think is coming from more of a friendly area than a hey area,
My hey doesn't sound.
Because I could raise my voice too.
You're scaring me.
God darn it!
See,
people across the hall are going to be like, oh my gosh, what are they talking about?
Isaac says, I'm a pro wrestler. I'm kind of big. All right.
Nice.
Meg says, Eric is skinny. Ha ha ha, Eric isn't here. I'm 5'5". See?
Oh wow, Katie was on the money.
That's why I don't think Eric...
Elle, thanks for watching.
Hi Elle. Eric doesn't seem as tall because you're his partner and you're much closer... I don't know, but much closer. You're closer to him in height than I am to Keith.
Of course you're closer to him in height. I'm 6'1", Eric's 6 foot. You're 5'1", Meg is 5'5".
Yes, so when I see Eric and Meg,
right.
I don't see Eric being that tall because Meg is taller.
Right.
And so as a couple, they are less like this than we are.
Sure. Yeah.
I like Eric, I do.
No.
Women aren't taken seriously when they're friendly, Keith. Yeah. Which is why we have to yell.
Okay. Meg, why are you doing this to me right now?
I love it. You need to be on here more, Meg.
See, Katie's talking trash about Eric. I'm about to start talking trash to you, Meg, right here, right now.
No,
yeah.
Meg.
You know what, Meg?
Hey.
Anyways.
So it's just been something that I've been thinking about lately.
Yeah.
Things that have been going on. So I would encourage you guys to, in your upcoming interactions with strangers, just kind of check yourself. Like, hey, who did I go to?
And to be fair, it's something that I've never really had to worry about. I've never been really the biggest guy in the room.
Because you're a man.
But exactly. But I'm 6'1", I'm over 6 foot, and I have a little bit of a deeper voice. So I think, although I don't consider myself someone who demands power and respect, I think naturally it probably comes a little easier to me to get the attention of a room or someone based on how I look and how I sound. So it's admittedly it's something that I've never had to worry about, and it's something that Katie will talk to me about from time to time. And honestly, it's something that I obviously have a hard time relating to because
he's the guy who picks up the bullpen phone.
Fair enough.
Isaac says, "Cut a promo." I don't understand what that means.
Explain yourself, Isaac.
Explain yourself, man.
Anyways.
Well, we've ranted enough about that.
Yep.
Probably.
We've come to the point in the show that we always come to.
Your favorite.
NFL or NBA.
Or humiliate Katie.
I come up with 3 names. They are either NFL or NBA players, and Katie has to decide if they play in the NFL or the NBA. Kim says,
Thanks
I
for
am
joining
short
us, Kim.
in stature, however, I am never...
Forgotten a group.
I've never forgotten a group.
Could be that I'm Italian. See, now Italians, this is really just, I've just gone. Italians, Irish.
Easy.
The Irish people.
Easy.
I'm Irish, I can say it.
Okay. You're just going to generalize an entire group of people right now.
The stereotype is that we're very feisty. The Irish are fighters. Mm-hmm. Italians are feisty. You always think of the feisty Italian grandmother.
I'm not ignoring you right now. I'm
think
making
you
sure.
are.
I'm making sure I know the names that I'm about to give you.
So I think. Thank you, Kim. I think you just backed me up, and if I insulted you for being Italian, I didn't mean to.
She's like, but I'm Italian. Katie's like, see, you're Italian.
See, that's it.
Jeez Louise.
Isaac says, "My bad. Wrestling language."
All right. On to NFL or
right.
NBA. Thank you, everybody that took part in the conversation
today. We should
today.
continue this because this is
We should
the most
continue it for another
we've
week.
ever
Yeah,
had.
it's been pretty good.
This has been awesome, guys.
Katie.
Yep.
NFL or NBA?
Yes.
Marvin Bagley.
Marvin Bagley.
I'm gonna make sure that I have the name right. I'm certain I do.
Marvin.
But I'm gonna make sure that I'm getting you right.
Related to
Yes.
Marvin Gaye, who was a singer. Bagley. Bagels. A lot of bagels. Carbs. NFL. Thought I'd just walk you through my thought process on that one.
Not the answer.
Not
Yeah,
at all,
right.
Kim says.
I
got
you.
you. NFL.
Incorrect.
You need to think about it.
Not quite NBA.
Oh, Marvin Gaye. Not Martin.
Not quite NBA.
Not quite NBA.
Not
G-League?
quite NBA.
European?
Going to be drafted in the NBA.
Oh.
NBA draft is coming up on June 21st. Marvin Bagley. Katie?
It was Marvin?
Yep.
I did say it right.
Where did Marvin Bagley go to college?
Alabama. No, they're not a football school. Duke.
Basketball. There you go. Duke. Her favorite basketball school. That's where he went.
Yep. See, that's what I guessed
She
next.
didn't know that. She
Solid
didn't know.
logic. Thank you, Isaac. I appreciate that.
I always love Katie's logic when it comes to guessing what player's name belongs to what league. Number 2.
Yep.
Trey Young.
Trey Young.
Make sure that I have that name right for you
Steve
as
Young. Trey Parker. NFL.
well. Now she's just trying too hard.
I am.
Steve Young, Trey Young, and Steve Young.
Yep.
NFL.
NFL.
Okay. I'll tell you in a second.
Okay.
Last player,
Yep.
Jaren Jackson Jr.
NBA.
Correct.
All those J's. All that alliteration. Great basketball name.
Great basketball name.
JJJ.
J cubed.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. See? I got it.
That's with the 3, right? Yeah. I took elementary
A
school
little.
math.
3. Meg says it's very Michael
very
Scott.
Michael Scott.
Thank you, Meg.
So, Marvin Bagley, Trey Young, and Jaren Jackson Jr. all going to be NBA players. They're all going to be selected in the draft next week on July 21st.
June 21st.
June 21st. And Jaren Jackson Jr. actually went to Michigan State. His dad is a former NBA player, won an NBA championship with the San Antonio Spurs.
Way to go.
Jaren Jackson Sr.
Good job, Jaren Jackson Sr.
Right, so I decided to go all NBA, but give Katie a little bit of a twist. They're not actually in the NBA yet, but they're all 19 years old, and in a matter of a week, they're all going to be much richer than us.
Well, they probably already are.
Congratulations, guys.
Isaac says, you see, that logic can't be stopped. Thank you, Isaac.
Can't do it.
I have an
Can't
ally
be stopped.
here.
No, I'm aware. Yeah. You know, I knew Katie's logic when it came to this, so I tried to give her less assuming names of upcoming guys that are going in the draft. Names that I thought would be more NFL and NBA neutral, like Trae Young.
That's definitely NFL. Just young.
But if I went with like Luka Doncic, what would you say?
What?
Like Luka Doncic. I have a hard time pronouncing his name.
Is that one word? Like orthodontic?
Luka
Doncic. Luka Doncic.
Yep, 2 words. I did get the name right. I had to make sure that I got
it
Luka
all.
Doncic. But if I said that, you'd be like, there's nobody in the NFL that has a name, because nobody plays football overseas. Nobody plays American football overseas. Nobody going to the NFL is going to have the name Luka Doncic.
There have been strange named. And Manatee Potato. That's a strange name.
Manti Te'o.
Yep.
NFL. Hawaiian.
Isaac. Trae Young. Trae Young?
Trae Young.
Great rapper. The same... Is he a basketball player and a rapper, or 2 separate people?
I don't know if Trae Young the rapper.
Let us know, Isaac.
I don't know Isaac. All right. Well,
this is the most fun I've had in a while.
Well, good. Like on the show or in life?
On the show.
Okay, I was gonna say, don't answer that. Oh my goodness! If this is the most fun,
together.
we had the whole day together. This is the most fun you've had in a while. My goodness gracious! What am I doing as a husband? Anyway,
should we let these people get back to their Monday night?
Are we okay in our relationship?
I thought so.
Good. Okay. Good. I'll take I think so. It's good enough for me. Anyway, this has been Isaac Says, just to wrap it. I don't listen to hip hop. I thought you guys did. I'm not up on the current names and everything like that. I mean, whatever. It's a different conversation for a different show.
So, told you a little bit about me.
This has been Coffee with Keith
and Katie on Public House Media.
Everybody have a great week. We will come at you again on Thursday at 7:30 as always for more coffee. Have a great week, and we will see you later.
Bye, guys.